John Morrison, spiked on his head numerous times. He did that reverse Samoan drop into a kip-up ting, and somehow, in the midst of doing a Starship Pain, he landed on his feet, even though that man is getting on in years. The greatest ever 5-star wrestling world's heavyweight champion is unbelievable, and that is it for all your WTF moments from last night's SmackDown. I've been Ross Twiddell from Cultaholic.com, and I'll see you soon. But on a more serious note, if you're going to consume any wrestling this weekend, please consume that 8-man tag team match from this week's episode of SmackDown. It was absolutely fantastic, but also provided us with our first WTF moment, even though it shouldn't be the first WTF moment because these WTF moments are normally in chronological order. Nevertheless, those silly billies killing themselves this close to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view where they all have a big tag team championship match. It was still class though. I enjoyed this week's SmackDown. A lot to like. Hit the intro, man. Intro it here.
WTF! WTF!
Made a grave mistake, Corey. But we're kicking things off in the chronological WTF moments with a direct quote from one Corey Graves when he says, "In this business, it's very hard to make a close, honest, real friend." Maybe for you, Corey, but more on that now. And of course, this line came from Corey Graves as well, who is currently in the midst of a pretty long relationship with a lady who is also in the business he is in as well. Now, I don't want to be the one to set the cat amongst the pigeons here, because as we all know, going off their Instagram live video with Carmella and with Corey Graves, Corey can do that all by himself. But by saying that there, on last night's Smackity Down, Corey Graves, are you saying that that relationship with Carmella was hard to get going, are you? Of course he wasn't, but I'm here to have a laugh with you with these WTF moments, so that's why we've said that. Now, last week on this utter bollocks of a YouTube show, I said that Sonya Deville looked a hell of a lot like Victoria when she was doing that thing there. It's because she did, alright. This week, her music starts playing, we look towards the stage and we see this massive, shadowy figure. And I was thinking, bloody hell, Mandy, forget about Sonya. You're doing it now. You're doing made a big mistake, which doesn't quite make sense because that version of The Undertaker didn't wear the long trench vest thingy that Sonya had on. And I'm not being funny, right? For the tiniest split second, I thought that thing there was the pissing Undertaker, and then Teddy Long was going to come out and turn this grudge match between Mandy and Sonya into a tag team match. Player. But the WTF moment here. Sonya's been in the Undertaker's closet. So there's that then. Mago. And then we have Michael Cole saying, Sonya Deville, so obsessed, so jealous of Mandy for some reason. And I was thinking, Michael Cole, for some reason, isn't the reason completely obvious? Mandy has Otis by her side, and Sonya has Dolph Ziggler, who quite frankly is nowhere near as good as Otis. WrestleMania and last week's Smackity Down, I think it was, that told us that beyond any shadow of any doubt. And now here comes a trio con hilo of WTF moments in quick succession as we watch Sonya Deville rip off the fake eyelashes off of Mandy's lovely eyes. First of all, that's a WTF moment because I've seen a woman rip eyelashes off their eyes before, and that really hurts them. So Sonya doing them as quick as she was doing, that would bloody hurt, so it would. Secondly, we saw Mandy doing this to Alexa Bliss on Smackity Down a long time ago. So this, in a way, with her having it done to her this time, is long-term storytelling, something WWE don't do all too often now, do they? And the moral of that story, of course, is what goes around comes around and takes your eyelashes with it too, Mandy. And thirdly, we have Sonya Deville being almost perverted in this moment, saying how much she is enjoying laying the smacketh down, we'll say, on Mandy. And while she was doing this, the Make-A-Wish logo was there in the background. In the words of Vince McMahon, the girlhood dream has come true for Sonya Deville. And then we saw the highlight of the night segment start with a shot of Roman Reigns, which means those rumours surrounding Vince McMahon being very upset with the big dog, they can be put into their little doggy bed. Ah. But still, we cannot forget how weird it is for WWE to completely edit out Roman Reigns from the finish of WrestleMania 31, considering the man who ate the pinfall on that night was indeed Roman Reigns. Why they did that, I don't know. If you have a reason, please tell me why.
Made a grave mistake, Corey.
So then we have Michael Cole laying the smackdown, guys. Doesn't it hurt so much, guys, when Corey Graves asked the really silly question as to what the Lucha House Party have done to deserve to be in the SmackDown tag team picture. As Michael Cole rightly said, Corey Graves, how could you forget the fact the Lucha House Party defeated the Miz and Morrison team? But of course, Corey Graves tried to save his sorry ass by saying he meant the Lucha House Party's entire body of work in WWE, without lambasting the entire body of work in WWE, of course, of the Forgotten Sons, who have done a lot less, a little bit, than the Lucha House Party in WWE. Never forget, of course, they did bugger all in NXT, did the Forgotten Sons, bastards. They don't deserve it.
Made a grave mistake, Corey.
And then we have another direct quote from one Corey Graves when he says, this time, you cannot argue with it. The Miz is an A-list superstar. Morrison, on the other hand, he's on a list. And what list would that be, Corey? The way you've said it there, you're suggesting a very sinister list indeed. If you know what list the Morrison is on, the Morrison, Joe Mo. John Morrison, the greatest ever 5-star wrestling champion in the history of professional wrestling. Please let me know which list that is. Oh, that's a gulp. Hey, look at how close Wesley Blake came to beheading himself during this week's SmackDown following a tope con through the ropes. An inch more, quite literally, 1 inch more, and there's no doubt about it. Wesley Blake would have been thinking he was a dubstep cowboy all over again, the poor bugger. Now I'm sure you saw this because everybody watches every single episode of WWE's best show, The Bump. Jeff Hardy appeared on The Bump back in March and he revealed that WWE were going to finally let him return to the ring with his No More Words theme. But he appears on this week's SmackDown and it would appear that plans have changed because he had his old Hardy Boys theme once again. You mince-cheesing bastards is what you would be saying if you enjoyed that No More Words theme, but of course I don't think it was very good at all. And then we have Braun Strowman saying to Bray Wyatt, I'm not gonna say get these hands to prove some point to you. You just did though, Braun. No wonder Bray Wyatt looks like that. Bray really worked that mark into a shoot or something, didn't he?
Made a grave mistake, Corey.
Another direct quote from one Corey Graves, this time when he says Tamina says very few words. She's not concerned about talking, she just wants to fight. What a basic bitch opinion to have when you're supposedly, Corey Graves, a professional broadcast journalist or something along those lines, you uninformed prick. What an uneducated thing to say, Corey Graves, because as we all know, because we all follow Tamina on both Instagram and or Twitter, she has been knocking it out the park with these little vignettes when she's going to therapy and Bayley makes her feel horrible even though she's trying to be nice. She's the perfect role model for all the children in the world today. These vignettes, by the way, which Tamina seems to have been making off her own back with a green screen and all the bells and whistles. What a talented woman. They are more than good enough to be on SmackDown every single week, but it's utterly baffling that WWE choose not to take up a minute or two of their show each and every week by giving Tamina more and more and more character. If more and more and more people saw these vignettes, there's no doubt about it, more and more people would be hopping on board the Tamina train, which is already, by the way, close to capacity. I can't wait for Sunday. What the hell was that? And even though I don't think it's much of a WTF moment, there's no doubt about it, the naysayers and non-believers who watch these WTF moments will be waiting for me to say this following stat as a WTF moment. So here we go. Tamina has now pinned SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley and her pal slash not pal slash gonna slash you right in the back with a massive knife, Sasha Banks. Tamina has pinned them both now on SmackDown with not too much in the way of shenanigans. Clean wins all the way around, and also Tamina has won every single match she has had since everybody ganged up on her and cheated her and screwed her on the grandest stage of them all. Point at the lovely sign at WrestleMania. She's won all 2 of them. Yes!
Made a grave mistake, Corey.
So next up we have Corey Graves going on about how Drew Gulak and Daniel Bryan can't find a partner for their 6-man tag team match in the main event of SmackDown. Good luck with that, he says to Gulak and Bryan. Even though Corey Graves said that after we'd already seen Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak take my pal Otis for a walk to explain what big baldy bastard Baron Corbin said about him. He called him a fat idiot, and that spoke to me. It did, Corbin, you prick. Anyway, Corey, it was pretty nailed on at this stage of the show when you said that the Bryak were going to get a partner. And they did get a partner, and it was the partner who they took for a walk before you said that, so take that, Corey. Now, when you watch Glitchy McGlitchface's promo package from this week's SmackDown for the very first time, like me, did you think it said, Peter is coming, and it's coming real soon? Yeah, I did. Pete Gas is the hacker? I was thinking, surely not. But nah, it said payback is coming, and it's coming real soon. We saw last week the digits he was putting into his mobile phone. That was the date of Money in the Bank 2020. It's going to happen at Money in the Bank on Sunday, and I cannot wait to see who it is, whether it be Ali or Chad Gable, or definitely not CM Punk. Stop saying that, will you? Or maybe it's Pete Gas. I hope it's Pete Gas. But interestingly, during that promo package as well, the hacker did say you'll hear it before you see it. So what could that mean? I don't know. If you know, let me know in the comments below. I want to know what you think. And I don't know about you, but watching this week's SmackDown, I was watching Shinsuke Nakamura hoof Otis right in the stomach, and I was thinking, when Shinsuke Nakamura had the world probably sold to him upon signing with WWE back in 2016, do you reckon Shinsuke Nakamura could have envisioned a moment in time where he was pretty much meaningless on SmackDown in the midst of a trio that is only together because Sami Zayn is missing and WWE are really lazy, so they thought, oh, big baldy bastard Baron Corbin, put him in, he's a heel, they're all the bloody same, aren't they? And what's more, that Shinsuke Nakamura's devastating strikes were being no-sold by a big bastard called Otis. It is absolutely fantastic, just as much as it is really weird and quite sobering, really. What a shame for Shinsuke. But also, go on, Otis! And so the main event 2, SmackDown wins. Big baldy bastard Baron Corbin's looking big and bold and bastardly. But then we have a series of events that saw the people in that match fight on through the crowd, back in the ring, ladders got involved. Otis tried to climb the ladder, but the rungs on the ladder, they snapped. That was a nice little detail that AJ Styles would like. But was anybody else just sat there watching these men kill themselves, wondering, what's the point in any of this? Yes, big baldy bastard Baron Corbin got his hands on the briefcase and had a nice little photo opportunity that probably you'd have to pay upwards of $100 for if you're going to do that, WWE Access or something. But what was all that about? What was the point in it? It meant absolutely nothing. I don't know anymore. I've been Ross Twaddell from Cultaholic.com, and that was all your WTF moments, I think, from this week's SmackDown. Have a lovely life. I don't know why I said that. Have a lovely weekend, I mean. I'll see you on Monday for some WTF moments from Money in the Bank 2020. All the best.